Hi everyone, my name is Tamzin and I am speaking from the Student Music Network. I'm here to interview Alice Pisano. How are you doing today?
Hi, yeah, I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm so excited to dive into your music today, especially your new single, Ink, which has just come out. Anyways, let's rewind to the start of your music career. I want to know how you got into singing and songwriting.
Well, I think music is in my blood. I always had a passion for music since I was small. I started studying classical piano when I was 7, and then as a teenager, I sang in a few bands, then picked up the guitar when I was 16, and then started writing my own songs. So yeah, it's always been a big passion for me. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
Lovely. And so obviously, you are not originally from England, even though you live in London now. But coming from Italy, you say, how was that singing in another language?
Um, it was, well, I guess that's why I wanted to move to London.
Mm,
Felt, it made sense to actually live here since
yeah.
I always had a passion for like British bands, and
Mhm.
I really wanted to live here and really like absorb the culture.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. No, for sure. Because obviously that's quite a challenge. It's very impressive. It literally just dawned on me the fact that you're singing in your second language, which is very impressive.
thank
Anyways,
you.
on to the music. So a lot of your music stems from love, boys, and heartache, just everyday things for us girls. Do you normally take inspiration from these personal stories, things that you've gone through, or do you normally write from stories that your friends have told you and things you've heard on the news and like maybe a video on TikTok? Where does your inspiration normally stem from?
Well, most of my songs are about personal stuff that I went through. I
Hmm.
just I just find it easier to write about what I know, and
Yeah.
what I've experienced. Um, but I also write about what my friends are going through, for example, and a lot of the
Mm.
time, like I can relate to what they're going through with regards to
Mm.
boys, and but it's definitely more about my music is definitely more about personal stuff and relationships and
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
emotions.
Love it. Well, those, one of the things that really dawned on me whilst I was listening to your new single, Ink, which is the second single from your upcoming EP, Shattered but Still Cool, is how relatable your lyrics are. And I have to say, I think that's one of the most important aspects of songwriting, is if your music can touch others, if it, if it resonates with them. And I definitely think your writing does that. So, could you tell us a bit more about Ink, the song?
So Ink is, well, first and foremost, it's a love song, and it's about
Hmm.
when I wrote it, I was dating someone, and it was that initial phase where you have, like butterflies in your stomach and
Yeah.
um that infatuation phase.
Hmm.
And so it's about that, and it's also about the fact that I'm a bit of an introvert, and
Hmm.
sometimes I can get quite shy in big
Mm.
groups of people at big parties, and yeah, that's what it's about. But also, like, when I have a crush on someone,
Yeah.
that tends to like drag me out of my shell a little bit.
Yeah.
um so yeah,
Definitely. It's a very
how I
interesting concept, actually. I don't think I've heard a perspective like this on a song before. And obviously, you wrote this single alongside Anthony Goldsborough and Gavin Powell. How important do you think collaboration is to the success of your music?
well, I think I love writing with other people as well as
Mm,
as well as writing on my own. I do
mhm.
both, but I
Yeah.
think writing with someone else just brings a different perspective on my songwriting and different approach, and
Mhm.
it's fun as well because you never know when it's going to come out, and it's just fun. And with like Ink, for example,
Mhm.
we wrote it the day. It was in February, the day of
Yeah.
Storm Eunice.
Oh
I don't know if
gosh.
you remember Storm
Yeah, I
Eunice.
remember her.
I almost thought about not going to the session at all because it didn't seem like a good idea. But I'm really
Yeah,
glad that I did.
for
Because
sure.
I wouldn't have written Ink. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And so this is the follow-up single from Boys Like You, which was a viral sensation. And so I wanted to ask, with these songs that just like really like pop off on Spotify, do you know when you write your songs, do you know if one is going to be a hit? Do you have like a sixth sense that maybe, oh, this could be the one? Or is it the you never know?
Well, for example, with Ink, we got so excited after writing it. When we wrote the
Yeah.
chorus, we were like, oh, this is a hit, like this is a banger. We were literally dancing around the studio. So it
Mhm.
definitely felt like a special one.
Yeah.
And so did Boys Like You. So I think
Mhm.
you usually know that it's a good one,
Yeah.
but then obviously you can't be sure how it's gonna go because it's always a
Mhm.
bit of a gamble. But you hope that
Mhm.
if you feel it's a good one, then yeah, it usually
Mhm.
is.
Cool. And so what can we expect from the EP, the other songs on there?
So the next song is actually a ballad. So
Interesting.
it's
Okay.
slower, and that's coming out in November.
Mm-hmm.
Then the last single from the EP will come out in the new year. And I'm also planning a headline show in London with a full band for when the EP comes
Wow.
out.
I was gonna ask. So so that's what's next for you, obviously. And so has touring and gigging and concerts, has that been a big part of music for you? If you had to pick like something that was your favorite aspect.
Definitely. I love playing live.
Mm,
I think it's
yeah,
because also it's a way of testing the songs and of
exactly.
seeing if they work and if people can relate to it. And when you look at the audience and you see, like people nodding and like, yeah, I can relate to that. You're like, that's the best feeling. It's like that's the motivation that keeps me going as well. I just,
Mm,
yeah, playing live is definitely one of my favorite
amazing.
parts of what I do.
Amazing. And I'm just about to ask you about your motivations, actually. So it's quite
Ah,
relevant that you just said that. Um, in terms of like inspirations and the voice in your head that tells you to keep going, like what is your inspiration?
well, I just love what I do, and I love the feel like when I write a new song and when I play live, I feel like,
Mm,
like my life has a purpose, I
yeah.
think. So
Mhm.
it's that music has always been my passion, and I'm always listening to music all day. So it's literally like what keeps me going. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. And so, in terms of headline gig, can we expect a headline tour maybe anytime soon around the UK?
Maybe. I'm definitely going to start with a London headline show, but yeah, who
Mhm.
knows?
No, hopefully, I hope so. And in terms of big goals, what would be the most exciting milestone that you would like to achieve in your career?
Um, well, if I were to dream very wild,
Yeah.
I would love to open for Coldplay. I mean, yeah, that would be quite the milestone, and
hmm Definitely. Amazing. Right. Well, I've got a little quick fire round for you now. Just some little questions I always ask at the end of my interviews because I just think it spices things up a bit. So firstly, what would be your dream celebrity collaboration?
ah,
I know you just said Coldplay, so
yes, that's why I
is
was
it
trying to.
Coldplay?
I think it would be Chris Martin. Yeah.
Can I come along to that, please? Because I love Chris
Okay.
Martin. Huge
Yeah, I'll
Coldplay
give you a
fan.
call.
Dream venue to perform at. What would be like The best venue ever.
The Roundhouse,
Mm.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Royal Albert Hall as well. I mean, if you want to go really big, then Wembley, but
Yeah,
depends how wild you want to dream.
we'll save that for after the EP's out. Yeah.
Yeah,
And dream festival.
definitely Glastonbury.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gotta be up there.
for sure.
All right. And if this is a little bit of a vague one, if you could be locked away anywhere to write an album for like 1 month, just you, the studio, music, where would you go?
I think I would go in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Somewhere surrounded by nature,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, definitely in the mountains, either in the Dolomites in Italy, and just
Mm,
be in the middle of nature for like a month and
mm.
trying to switch off from everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Long walks and yeah.
Sounds lovely. Um, and here's another one. Would you rather be able to sing in any language or play any instrument?
Play an instrument. Yeah.
Yeah, much better.
It's pretty amazing.
I agree. Right. Well, could you please let us know where we can listen to your music and where we can find you on your socials?
Sure. Well, you can listen to my music on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever music is on all platforms. And as for socials, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. And my handle is Alice
And
Pisano Music. Yeah.
amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Alice. And I'm so excited for the EP Shattered, but Still Cool. And I'm sure everyone will be delighted to know that you're planning a headline gig in London, which is like amazing. And we will be looking out for your collaboration with Chris Martin when you open for Coldplay, okay?
Yeah.
Um, but thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. Thank you.